So to kick things off, and particularly for those of you that are not familiar with Inspiration, just a brief explanation of what it is. So it is a tool that's been around for 37 years. So it's tried, it's tested, it's used by lots of different people in a wide range of different contexts. It's widely used in education, it's used in the workplace, and it's used personally. So with regards to the tool itself, what it does is it allows users to be able to capture, organize, synthesize, and model their understanding and thinking in a visual format. Now, we call it a visual thinking tool rather than a mind mapping tool because it does more than mind mapping. Because of the versatility of the tool, it allows you to apply lots of different visual thinking techniques, such as creating concept maps, flow charts, tree diagrams, for example, but also graphic organizers, which is a very popular way of being able to present information. But also, because of the built-in outlining tool, it is a full word processor. And what that means is it allows users to be able to compose and to manage large pieces of text in an outline format. And you'll see that when we do a demonstration of the software. So I've got the software here opened up. And so what I'm going to do, first of all, particularly for those of you that are not familiar with Inspiration, is actually just do a brief demonstration of how you use the tool. And so we'll look at how you create your diagram, adding visual cues, organizing and arranging, how you scaffold into the writing process using the notes feature and the outlining tool. And if you've got research, sources of material that you're using as part of your work, how you can add sources and referencing, and then how you export it out. You can export out to Word, to PowerPoint, to PDF, as a graphics file. There's lots of different options, but we'll look at Word as an export option. So let's go in and give you a quick tour and build a map. So when you launch Inspiration, this is the starter screen. And just to explain the key areas, we've got the diagram view. So this is your totally free-form environment. It allows you to be able to construct diagrams of your thinking exactly as how you want to capture it and to present it. So it's built around you. It's fully flexible, and hopefully you'll see that. And that's the main environment that we'll be working on today. We also have the map view. So if you want to create those pure mind maps, you can do that. So I'll just quickly show you an example. So this is much more of a hierarchical model, a clear structure with your central idea in the middle and branches coming off. I've just come up with a more complete project, as we've got here. It's a very simple model. So you've got your key concept in the middle, and you've got branches coming off as you dig deeper and deeper into the subject matter. The key thing with a successful mind map is where the sub-branches, the subtopics have one clear parent branch. And so this is an example of a particular mind maps that's been created, and it's great for brainstorming, that initial planning, for example. But with Inspiration, you can start off this in view and then convert it to a diagram view, and vice versa as well. Close that and this one, and we'll go back to the starter screen just to finish off in terms of the key areas. We've got the outline view. So this is a full word processing environment. It allows you to be able to compose, to edit large pieces of text. It can deal with 10,000 words, 25,000 words. We've got professional writers that use this tool, 100,000 word counts. But what it most importantly does, it uses outlining techniques, which makes it much easier to manage large pieces of text. Now, I'll introduce that as we talk about the diagram view, and it works equally with the same with the map view in terms of how the outline fits within this context. But you can use the outline view independently. We've also got templates, over 100 different templates, all aimed at education, the workplace, and general thinking and planning for personal use, for example. But one of the key features that was added to Inspiration 11 was this recent file section. So this is where you can immediately have access to those projects that you've been recently working on. I'm going to go into the diagram view, and I'll give you a quick tour of the interface. We try to keep it as simple as possible. So up here at the top is your main toolbar. Most of the features are immediately accessible from the front screen. So you don't need to remember where things are, whether it's in ribbons, etc. It's all there. Plus, we have plenty of different keyboard shortcuts, which can assist in terms of productivity as well. So up here at the top, your toolbars are there to help you to be able to construct and to support you in terms of development of your diagrams. We've got our symbols library here, a floating symbols library of over 1,000 different images and symbols to help apply those all-important visual cues to your map, which is great in terms of adding an extra layer of meaning, supports making your diagrams more engaging, but also is very important in terms of memory retention and memory recall as well. And so there is over 1,000 different options in there, plus you can create your own symbols library. And down here at the bottom are all of your tools to help you in terms of formatting. So we start off with our main ideas we've got here, and we're going to work on a project which is benefits of mind mapping. I can then click and point anywhere else and start typing enhanced creativity. Now, to show the connections between one idea and another, I use the link tool, as I'm doing here. But I can make this super fast by using the rapid fire tool, which is a unique feature to Inspiration. So I can do it with or without links. I'll do it with links. And all I need to do is quickly just type in all of the ideas in my head, which is great for those with working memory challenges. They need to get those ideas out, with those with focus and attention issues. And it's just a great brainstorming technique. So within here, improved memory retention, better organization, problem solving, time management. So all I'm doing is typing, pressing enter. It quickly captures my ideas and puts it out onto the page. As you can see, it's fully flexible. It allows you to be able to place these symbols, these links wherever you want. It's got a built-in spell checker, which is kicked in. So I'm just going to use that to correct my spelling. But it has also got a word guide where I can find definitions and find alternative words to enrich the language that I'm using. So I've got the rapid fire tool, but I can also then say, for example, start to build up on my map using other tools. So I've got the create tool here at the top. I can hover over each one of these branches, which gives me an idea of which direction I want to go in. Go on to that, add to that. So on time management, plan, tasks. I could also drag and drop from my symbols library. So add it in here. So enhance creativity, free thinking. Again, I can use the links to show the relationships between each one of those different ideas. Okay, so we've got a basic map that's been built here. And what I can then do is add some visual cues to my diagram. Now, one of the new features that we've added to Inspiration 11 is the themes feature. So a carousel of different themes to add those all-important color cues. So if I applied that quickly, one, it makes it more engaging, but it is also now starting to help with the organizing and structuring, because what it's doing is it's categorizing information based on the connections. And as I start to add more ideas, for example, that theming will continue as well. So it's speeding up the process of adding those visual cues to my map. So for example, break down into bite-sized chunks, as we can see here. Now, I tend to be quite free flow, and this particular environment is very flexible, but I can use the arrange tool. So going to here, got lots of different default options, can click on auto arrange, which based on the option I can do, can always keep it in a certain format. Go into here and there's lots of different options. So I can go to tree, let's do a right, I can arrange in outline order, size by text, and can quickly arrange that for me. And what I'm going to do now now that we've got this, I'm going to move over to the existing one just to talk you through some of the other features as well. I'm just going to close this off. So hopefully that's just giving you an idea in terms of the ways in which you can construct your diagram to model your thinking. So other features that are within Inspiration, we've talked about creating, added visual cues, organizing and arranging, the notes feature. So any one of those symbols, you can add a note. And this is where we're moving into the writing process. So as you can see here, I've got a note attached to this one and also to here as well. Each note can have up to 8 A4 pages. I can make them bigger, smaller, open multiple different notes to compare one section against another as well. And it's super simple. Just click on a symbol, add a note and start typing away. So the notes is a way in which you can expand on those ideas that you're talking about. Now, the outlining is this environment here. So as I work visually, simultaneously, and at the same time, a written outline is being produced for me. This is a full word processor. It can deal with a lot of text. It's designed to compose within this environment as well. How does Inspiration, and if I was to edit within here, I can add notes within here, for example, exporting, add a note, Word is an example. And so that will then be added there. The content is in sync as well as the navigation. So if I want to see where this is in my outline, highlight that, go to the outline view, and it will automatically navigate to there, which is important, for example, where you've got large passages, text, and big diagrams. It will help you navigate between each section. The outline is where you see your ideas now in a more linear written format, clearly compartmentalized into main ideas and supporting ideas. Your diagram view or your map view is a single page summary of all of your thinking, all of your ideas and concepts, and how they connect to one another. And that's how you're moving into the writing process. The sourcing and referencing, because obviously you might have research material, you can use the citation tool. So each one of these symbols, you can add citations to it. You can even hyperlink each one of these to websites, files, etc. So you've got easy access to that material as well. And I've got that in multiple different places, for example. And if I go into the outline view and go here to the bottom, if I use that feature, it will automatically create a bibliography and it will sort my outline into alphabetical order as well, because it will have collected all of those citations and put it there at the bottom for me. Then finishing off just with this very brief demo, because I'm only just touching on some of the features of Inspiration. Exporting, as I said, you can export to Word, to PowerPoint, for example, to Google Docs, OneNote, lots of different options, PDF, graphics file. I'm just going to take it over to Word. So I've looked at the diagram, happy with that. I've developed my my outline, might be a 5,000 word piece, 10,000 word piece. Click on the transfer tool. I'll keep to the defaults here, but this is highly configurable. Do OK. It will then open up Word with my document. Now I've included the diagram, so it's in there. And then because we send over style headings, we can use the outlining features within Word as well. As you can see here, I've got the navigation pane open. But because of the information that I send across as well, I'll go to referencing. I can use some of the features of Word. And it's the same with Google Docs, where, say, for example, I can create a table of contents, for example, from the information that I've sent across. Okay, so that is a very quick whistle-stop tour of Inspiration, just to give you a flavor of how it works.